What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk about operator balance in Rainbow Six Extraction because, well, let's face it, if you guys have been playing the game, there are some operators that are just downright awful and useless. And then there are some who are god tier. And I want to talk about that a little bit. I want to kind of dive in. Okay, and diving right in here. You have three types of operator abilities is how I see it. You have good ones that are always useful. You have okay ones that are situational and really require very specific circumstances, and then you have bad ones. And some of them are downright bad. Because some operators, let's say Doc for instance, has a universally amazing gadget. His gadget works all the time and is just one of the strongest. And then you have someone like Finka, whose ability is really only useful for reviving teammates at a distance. But Doc can also revive teammates at a distance. Granted, hers is one button and you can bring multiple people up with one go. Doc can't do that. Doc has to pull out his syringe pistol and shoot each person. But that syringe pistol is better because it gives you boosted health that actually lasts until, of course, the tick goes down and then you lose it. But Finka gives you a temporary health boost that only lasts a few seconds. And her ability, even at level 10, is just not good. It in pinch situations, and very rarely, I would probably say, in all the time I used her to get her up to level 10, probably 2 or 3 times did I find myself in a situation where I actually felt the need to health boost myself. I just don't think Finka's very good in that regard. I don't think she has a good ability. And it shows. I've used her, people I know have used her, and she really needs some love. She really needs some serious love. Now, I don't know how you would go about balancing that. In reality, I would like to see her level 10 maybe leave a little bit of boosted health. Maybe. You know, I know you could use that to cheese because you could just sit around. But you really can't sit around because you have a timer. So, at the top of my noggin, I can't think of any ways to improve it, but I would like to see Finka's ability updated and changed to make it more well-rounded. Okay. So another thing I want to talk about for the balancing is the fact that you have operators that have good guns and bad gadgets. And then you have some operators that have bad gadgets but good guns. And then you have operators that just, well, there's everything in between and then some. Now, when I think of an operator with a bad weapon selection and a good gadget, Habana comes to mind. I don't like any of her primary weapons. Her shotgun's okay. I think all the shotguns in the game, aside of the Saiga, are all good. I think shotguns have a good spot in this game, and I think they're just like chef's kiss good. But Habana, her primary assault rifle and MP5 SD leave a lot to be desired, in my opinion. They just aren't great. And her ability, to me, is deeply situational because it's like having a rocket launcher in a game. You save it in hopes of using it on something big, and then you go an entire level and never actually pull the dang thing out. So Habana is an operator with meh weapons and a meh ability to me. Operators that have good weapons and good abilities: Doc, Rook, Pulse, Ella, good operators. Finka, bad ability, great weapons. So I think they need to kind of work on that a little bit. Kind of work on getting some people's weapons up and some people's abilities up. And just kind of get it to work a little bit better. I'd like to have operators feel more well-rounded instead of playing as one and then being thankful that getting an operator level 10 is a quick and easy process. And in terms of balancing, I would like to see the weapons get kind of a pass. I like the recoil patterns. I like the skill required to use certain weapons. But I would like to see more attachments get added. You look at the attachments and it's like, okay, optics. Okay. And then you have like a couple of barrel mods and then 2 under barrels. And if you're playing on console, you're probably going to want the foregrip so you could have reduced recoil. Because some of the guns, I'm looking at you, MX4 Storm, for a submachine gun, you got way too much recoil. It's just, the weapons feel kind of odd. Like, in a game that talks about customization and having options and choices, they really need to adjust it. They're sticking too much to Rainbow Six Siege. And that's, as I said, that's fine. You have good core mechanics, but this is a different experience. You don't have to worry about the balancing of multiplayer. This is a PvE game. It operates under a different set of rules and guidelines. This is not a PvP game. You don't have to worry about 100% what's fair because you're not gunfighting people. You are killing aliens. So I hope that they kind of figure that out and adjust from that point, because to me, the game is fantastic. Like, I'm addicted. I play it every day. I jump on and play for at least like an hour. But as I work my way through the operators and get them all up to level 10, I'm seeing just such a... I'm trying to find the right word for it, you know? There's such a difference between so many of them, because some of them are just great, and then some of them are just not great, because I don't think that the transition from a PvP game to a PvE game was well thought out. And I think that in the long run, they can be adjusted. I definitely think that this game can be altered to suit the play style that they're going for, but right now, it feels like they were playing it relatively safe. Like, I think they wanted to keep it as grounded as possible, and that's an issue you run into when you have a game that's based off of a tactical shooter, but there's aliens. You guys know what I mean? Like, we need to throw reality and grounded out the window. We're fighting aliens. And as I said in my review, they didn't even do a proper, like, Rainbow Six versus terrorists yet. They went right to aliens. So let's let the gadgets get weird. Let the gadgets get crazier. Let the operators be lunatics with super hyped up gadgets. I'm here for it. I'm here for fun. And playing as an operator that feels just boring is kind of like, it's their whole identity. Their gadget is their entire identity. And if you're like not good, you know, it doesn't make me want to go back and play as them. You know, and I know Rainbow Six Siege, there's a lot of people who have a lot of history with Rainbow Six Siege because they play Rainbow Six Siege. And they come into Extraction and they want to play as their favorite operator and this and that and 15 other things. But to some of us, I see an operator and a character that's just not very good. But in my heart, I know they can be good. And just real quickly, you know, there's the difference between a fast operator and an armored operator. I personally don't think speed is an important stat in this game. I mean, there's a couple of objectives where, you know, speed is key. But in the long run, I think survivability is 10,000 times more important. Because if you get caught in sprawl, your speed means nothing. But my armor might protect me from another hit. So that's just me personally. I definitely will and always will think that higher protection and the ability to survive longer is more important than how fast your character can run. Overall, though, I think the game is well balanced. I think it plays well. I think the majority of the operators are useful to some degree, but there are a few that are just kind of I'll get you to level 10, but you're not going to catch me willingly coming back to you. But tell me what you all think. Do you guys think that the game is like perfect, don't touch a thing? Or do you guys think that it could use some adjusting? I personally think it could use some adjusting, but I think that's just the transition from Siege to Extraction. There's some kinks to be ironed out. And if you guys have a S tier operator, tell me your S tier operator. I would love to know who you guys consider absolute S tier. But make sure to leave a like, a dislike, comment, and subscribe for more if you're not already subscribed. And as always, hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to catch you in the next video.